Hello, my name is Deshaun. I'd like to take you on a journey of upgrading to the latest and greatest version of Spring Boot 3. I'm going to show you some of the tools that I use, that you might use to help you on that journey. So let's get started. We're going to clone a repository. This repository is available to you on my GitHub. Here, it's Hello Spring Boot 2.6. Easy peasy. It's archived because we don't want to use Spring Boot 2.6, but let's upgrade it. Before we upgrade, we're going to do a health assessment. We're going to take a look at why we might want to upgrade this application. So let's jump into the Get Started. I've got my description here. This is how I'm going to grab the Spring dependencies. I'm going to fill it in. My name is Deshaun Carter. I'm a Spring developer advocate. And here's my command. I'm on Maven. I'm using Maven on Apple. So let's take a look. Let's run that command to grab the Spring dependencies text file. Here it is. This is what it looks like. All we're doing is capturing the Spring dependencies and the micrometer dependencies. That's it. So now we can go back. We can grab that file. I opened it up here. We can grab that file and we can run this report. Boom. This report is going to generate, it's going to generate in seconds, and it's going to show us like, hey, not everything that we're using has support. This, in the middle of this security vulnerabilities, your CISO has a report just like this. This report, the Spring Health Assessment, is different in two ways. It tells you what's still being supported in open source, and it also gives you an idea of how far away you are from being on the latest and greatest, how much effort it's going to take you to upgrade. But it gives you details below. But this is just a great starting point for how we need to go along in this upgrade journey. So let's keep going. We've got our report. Now, I'm showing you that I'm using Java 8. I'm just going to start this application from that repository. It's going to work. It still works. It starts up with Spring Boot 2.6, and it starts up in about 1 second, which is still great. I'm validating that it's healthy. It's a simple Hello World application. And I take a little sample of how much memory it's using. At this point, 369 megabytes. Now I'm going to stop it because we don't want to take Java 8 to production. We don't want to take Spring Boot 2.6 to production because we just looked at that report. There's vulnerabilities. It's not in support. And we have a cheat code. We have another tool in our back pocket, OpenRewrite. We can run this OpenRewrite recipe that's going to work for a lot of your applications. Not all, but a lot of your applications can upgrade just this easy. The OpenRewrite plugin is going in, it's analyzing, it's got a catalog of recipes, and it knows how to upgrade from Spring Boot 2.6 in this case, all the way up to Spring Boot 3.2. Along the way, it also upgrades from Java 8 up to Java 17. And that allows us to get on the latest and greatest version of Spring Boot. And here we are. So now I've ran the upgrade. Let's take a look at what it looks like now that I've done the upgrade. Let's go here. I'm going to fill out another assessment. I'm going to choose my file. I'm going to Spring developer advocate. And I want to run that generate my dependency tree. This dependency tree is going to look a little bit different than it did just a few minutes ago. But let's grab it. Let's grab that file, take it back, and let's see what our report looks like now after we ran the upgrade. This is great. This is good. So we're all fully supported. There's no known vulnerabilities at this point, and there's nothing to upgrade because we're on the latest and greatest. So what report do you want to take to production? This report or this report? And let's see some more reasons. It goes beyond this. Let's look at some of the other reasons why you want to upgrade to the latest version of Spring Boot. Now I can use Java 21. I can start up my application just the same. Same tools. I'm keeping track of the logs so we can pull some of those metrics out at the end. But now I'm on the latest, greatest version of Spring Boot 3.2.4. My application starts up a little bit faster. That's great. In the cloud, we're paying per millisecond. My application is still healthy. And look at this. I've actually saved some memory, some of the infrastructure, because I'm using less memory because the JVM is amazing and Java keeps on getting better. And it's never been a better time to be a Spring developer. So now that's not it. Just by doing the upgrade, we had a faster startup time. We used less memory with our application, but now we can take it one step further. One of the other benefits with Spring Boot 3 is the native image processing. we can use GraalVM and ahead of time processing to give us an even faster application in production. So what's happening now is we're using GraalVM to do a native image compilation. In the background, the GraalVM is analyzing all of that bytecode and it's optimizing that bytecode. Any dependencies that I was using or that I wasn't using, it's going to throw them away. Any branches of code that I can't get to, it's going to throw them away. It's going to take just the bits that it needs from the JVM, from Tomcat, and from my application, and it's going to deliver a statically linked native binary that I can use. And that is going to deliver a much smaller footprint. Memory, a lot of cases, better performance, but absolutely a faster startup time. And it only takes a few minutes. So here's the trade-off, is we're doing a lot of ahead of time optimization in order to get a much smaller runtime. We're taking just what we need from the JVM. And for a lot of workloads, it's going to perform even better. So here we are, our application is done. It took 1 minute to build. And now let's take a look and let's run it. So now we're running that binary. It still looks like Spring Boot 3.2.4. This is good. It starts up much faster, an order of magnitude faster, but it's still healthy. It's still my Spring Boot application. And look at that footprint. We went from over 300 megs to under 100 megs. Huge savings. And this could work. It can be this easy to upgrade and get all the benefits of the latest and greatest Spring Boot. Here's the results. We started off with Spring Boot 2.6 and Java 8. There was our startup time. We got faster just by upgrading, and then we got orders of magnitude faster, 94% faster by using a native image. But also on this side, our memory footprint got better just by upgrading, getting on to Java 21 and upgrading this latest version of Spring Boot 3.2. But then using that native image, we have a massively order of magnitude, 78% smaller footprint. That's it. Thanks. Your upgrades can be this easy. Get through the easy stuff as fast as possible, because if you don't, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving performance on the table. You want to use the latest and greatest features in Spring Boot, and I want you to use those too. Thanks.